excited to be here. How you doing, Will? Gatlin Willie G in the house. Talk to me.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Nice sunny day here in North Carolina.
Beautiful NC. Beautiful.
We had some awesome lunch at Mykonos. Shout out to Mykonos, friend of the pod.
Greek food.
Great stuff. We love the Greek food.
It's not settling well, though. I might have to leave in a few minutes.
Some good stuff, though. It's all those vegetables.
Yeah.
But how about you, man? What's new in your world?
What's new in my world? I adopted a dog last week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
He's a pit bull.
Nice.
Little pitty. His name is Ambrose, and he's awesome, man. He's like the smallest pit bull I've ever seen in my life. He's full grown. He's a tiny guy. I'll post up a picture for you guys later, but he's amazing. I never thought an animal would turn me into such a mush, but like this thing, you ever get so angry at your dog for being so damn cute? You ever get that? Yeah. You got dogs, right? Like you just look at them, you're like, God, you're adorable. I want to fucking kill you. Like, I don't know. I don't understand it. It's weird, He's just so damn cute all the time.
Man's best friend. Where'd you get him?
I got him Rowan County Animal Shelter. Shout out to Rowan County. There's a lot of good dogs in there. I mean, a lot of abandoned dogs, a lot of strays, and it's hard to walk through an animal shelter and see all the stray dogs like that because you just want to take all of them home.
Right, it's hard to take home just one.
No, yeah, it is, and it's
like a kid in a toy store.
Yeah, it's funny. You go in there, and they got the puppy section. Everybody's got to go to the puppy section, and they got, I don't know, it's like how the Hollywood Squares. It's just a bunch of boxes with puppies everywhere, and that's where I went first. The lady took me, and we saw the puppies, and I don't know, it was cool. They were really active and all, but I don't know. And then she's like, well, let's go see the adult dogs. And of course, me, I'm like, fuck it, adult dogs. Well, I don't want a dog who's already a jerk.
Right.
But of course, she brings me out, and they live outdoors, so it's kind of sad. They're in like their separate cages outside. So, oh my God, the winter must be terrible. But they have a little doggy door that goes inside too. So we go out, and literally the first cage she brings me to is this guy. This guy, he's on the cage with his paws up, jumping at me. And I was like, oh God, right away.
Nice.
Right away, I felt, we took him out. I played with him for a few minutes and then took him home, man. He's been awesome ever since.
So you just jumped on the first one you saw, huh?
Right away. Oh, no.
That's awesome.
I saw him, felt the connection. Then we went through and looked at all the rest of them. But something about him, because he's got all the good qualities of a bigger dog while still being small. Right. So I think he's mixed with something else, Do
you know anything about his background?
Yeah, well, the people at the shelter told me he was in the dog fighting ring. So
dog fighting ring.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell he's you look at him and it's like he's so cute, but he's got murder behind his eyes,
Right. Don't we all?
No, but you can tell he's been through some shit. Like, he was not like very trusting right away. Like I got him in the car to take him home, and it was like an hour drive home. So he had a miserable drive the whole time. But anyway. The dog's adorable. I love him. He's definitely killed other dogs, but he's safe now. He's rescued. Thank you again. Shout out to Rowan County Animal Shelter. And to all the people listening out there, go adopt a dog. Go check out Rowan County Animal Shelter. Follow them on Facebook. They're constantly posting new pictures of dogs and cats. And go rescue somebody,
It's definitely the best way. The best way to get a dog.
Absolutely.
You don't...
you rescued your dog too, right?
I did, but not through an animal shelter. Through a private person. He just wasn't being taken care of very well, so I had to go up there, got him, renamed him. His name was Brock. I shortened it to Rock. More of a Rock fan than Brock, And man, he is awesome. He went from about 60 pounds to 100 pounds in a year. 100 pounds is pretty big for a boxer, but man, he's huge, full of life, and just a very, very excitable dog. He wasn't like that when I got him, but now I couldn't live without him. Couldn't picture living without him.
No, yeah, your dog is awesome. I've hung out with him plenty of times. He's definitely cool. Both of your dogs are actually really cool.
Right.
I mean, they could stop licking each other's assholes for 2 seconds.
That probably helped, But now, actually, my first dog, Delilah, the oldest one, she'll be 10 this year. She was bred by two registered boxers and all that kind of stuff. I had a friend who was kind of wealthy, and funny story. His wife really liked Delilah. It was the only one that she named. And my friend had told her when they bred their dog with the father, we're not keeping any of these. We're just going to sell them. They were selling them for $700 a piece. And they were getting that. Well, she decided she was going to keep one dog, Delilah, who was the runt of the litter. Well, he kind of set me up, and he's like, I'm having a hard time getting rid of these last 3 dogs. And I'm like, look, man, I don't have $700, but if you're trying to get rid of one of these dogs, I don't know, maybe I can make you an offer on one of them. He's like, oh, no, it's okay. And I hung out with this guy. I was at work bartending, and he was at the bar, and he goes, what time do you get off work tonight? And I'm like, I get out of here at 5, and he's like, oh, I'll give you a call. I get off work at 5 o'clock, and he's there in the parking lot with Delilah in a box and gives her to me. And he's like, her name's Delilah, and I told my wife we weren't keeping any, and you can just have her. And I'm like, seriously? No. Awesome dog, man. She fit in my hand at the time.
Yeah, really.
Which was amazing.
My God, she's big. Right. I mean, yeah.
And then, so the vet wanted to know some stuff about her. I get all the information from them about her. She was born on my birthday, October 15th. So we're birthday buddies.
Kismet, huh? Do you celebrate the dog's birthday?
Of course.
Do you get them presents and stuff, huh?
Yeah, she and I both,
Fucking lame.
No, that's awesome, man.
No,
she's my birthday buddy. She's pretty
Am I supposed to celebrate my dog's birthday?
Yes.
I don't know when its birthday is.
You just make one up then.
So what do I gotta give her? Should I give her my birthday? We share it?
No. When did you get the dog?
Last week.
And how old did they say he is?
They don't know. They know he's full grown. They think he's like 3 or 4 years old.
Okay, so let's just say his 3rd birthday was the day you adopted him. Next year, we have a birthday party for him.
A birthday party? What am I gonna invite? His dog friends? He was in a fighting ring. He's murdered.
Delilah and Rock?
He's gonna I don't.
I could put a birthday hat on him.
Streamers. So wait, do you actually dress up your dogs for their birthday?
No, but I probably should. That's a good idea.
So you and the kids and the wife, they're like, today is Rock's birthday.
Yes, and Izzy made birthday cards. She made invitations.
A birthday card. Do you make him a puppy cake? Like a dog-safe cake?
No, but Izzy definitely celebrates more than anybody. She videotapes it.
Well, she's a kid. She's supposed to, I guess. But I don't know. I'm
going to need you to get into this thing. He's your best friend.
Birthday.
Man's best friend. You got to do this.
I buy him shit all the time. Why do I need to give him a specific day?
You need to buy him a T-bone. You need to buy him a T-bone on his birthday.
He gets fucking bones all the time. Dude, I bought him a $10 bone. He went through it in 10 hours.
That's awesome.
He tore it apart. He's an animal.
He is an animal.
He doesn't get a birthday. I'm sorry.
He gets a birthday.
Sorry, I disagree.
Izzy, if you're watching, you need to give Nick's dog a birthday party next year. Let's just say February 20th is his birthday.
Tell you what, you come by, you pick up the dog, and you take him out for his birthday.
We will.
You just take him out, you show him the ropes.
Take him to a puppy salon.
There you go. Do whatever you got to do.
Make his nails done.
Because guess what? He's going to forget about it the day after.
No way.
He's going to spend money on stuff for him, and he forgets about it.
Birthdays are unforgettable, man.
He's going to, you give him a birthday had a card, and he shits on the floor the next day. He's a dog.
He might eat the card.
Right? Yeah, exactly. He doesn't understand. I don't know. Maybe I'm being heartless. I don't know. Is anyone out there? Am I being an asshole?
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
Absolutely, you are.
Fucking dog birthdays over here.
Dog birthdays. So, seen anything good on TV lately?
I saw a few good things on TV lately. I just mostly Netflix. I finished the first season of a show called Altered Carbon. Okay. You know me, I'm not really big into the fantasy, I want to say, or when a show gets sci-fi fantasy. It's not really for me when it gets a little too much, obviously. But this was really good. It was very good. I can't remember the gentleman's name, the star of the show, but I remember I first saw him in a TV show on AMC called The Killing. Okay. And this guy, he was like he was a detective, but he was like the supporting actor. The main actor was the woman detective. And when he was on that show, he was very good. He was a very good character. He was like kind of he was a good guy, but he also had like a kind of dark past. And he played it really well. But he was a skinny dude. He was a slim guy, but he passed for a detective. This show, I don't know who this guy's trainer is, but he must have put on 40 pounds of muscle. The guy's fucking ripped. I mean, I'm not trying to focus too much on another man's body, but dude, this guy, yeah. Like, it took me at least 4 episodes to realize where he was from. To be honest, it freaked me out.
Dr. HGH is his
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Yeah, he was definitely taking something. But, it was really good. Really well acted. All the characters really good. It got a little crazy, as these shows tend to do. They start off good. You got a good story going. Then it gets crazy and weird. And we get to, I don't know, time traveling or something else that's weird and crazy. And it's like, hey, this is because of science. Like, you don't really have a good explanation why, but we can do this. There's a thing called re-sleeving where they take the mind's consciousness and put it into another body. And it's like, how? Science.
Right. What? How many seasons have they done so far?
It's just one. It just came out not too long ago. It's only been out for a couple weeks, but I watched it through. You know me, man. I start a season and usually halfway through, I tend to give up because sometimes they lose me. You know, they don't do a lot to hook you in on first season. I felt the same way. What was the show we were talking about with the Jason Bateman?
Ozark.
Yeah, it lost me. Lost me by like episode 8. You know, I finished it because Mama didn't raise no scrub.
Right.
But it's just I didn't like it by the end of it. I didn't like this one by the season finale. A lot of action though, a lot of violence, a lot of blood. So
what's not to like about
it? No, it's not just tits everywhere. I mean, what's not to like, right?
Even better.
It's Netflix. They can do whatever they want. It's crazy what they can get away with on Netflix. I mean, Jesus. If you just have to pay money for something, all of a sudden they could show you whatever they want. Gratuitous violence.
Right.
So I finished that, and I finished up another show. That must not be that good if I can't remember it. Oh no, this wasn't on Netflix. This is on Hulu. Atlanta. Now this I feel like an asshole because this has been out for a long time. But the show Atlanta with one of my favorites, Donald Glover, rapper, Childish Gambino. You may know him by
comedian.
Oh my god, dude, this guy. I mean,
friend of the pod,
Donald Glover. He is fucking hilarious. Yeah. He is just too funny, man. I mean, but this show is really, really good. I didn't finish the first season yet. Second season, I believe, premieres March 1st. Don't quote me on that.
It's only had one season.
Yeah, it's only been about a year.
Not that far behind.
But still, I mean, I shouldn't be this far behind on someone I'm such a big fan of because I knew about this show for a long time. But life gets busy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But this guy, yeah, he's a real talent, Donald Glover. I mean,
what's it about?
Basically, it's funny, because I started reading up about it. It's kind of about Donald Glover's life, but he's not the main character. Like the main character is kind of portraying his story, but he's actually playing the part of someone else in the show. So it's about this rapper, and basically he's starting to get big. He plays out a mixtape. It starts to get popular, starts getting traction out on the streets, and Donald Glover is his cousin. And so he's trying to get him to go mainstream. He's trying to get him to blow up big. So he takes his mixtape. He's trying to get it to radio stations. He wants to be his manager. So he's his manager, and he starts, taking him to club promoters and getting club promoters to pay him to show up in the clubs. And so this mixtape is getting traction. He's basically just trying to get him to be successful, and everybody's dealing with the same issues. He's got his own struggles. He's got a kid and his baby mama, and then, of course, the cousin who's the rapper is getting himself into trouble. So it's really, really good show because it's not too far one way. You got your drama a little bit with the seriousness, and Donald Glover plays that part extremely well. But then you got this one episode where they go on to this talk show, and it's just hilarious. Right, it's all comedy in that episode. And then we go back to a little bit more to drama and a little bit more to seriousness, and it's just perfect blend, I think. And he's an executive producer on the show, so I don't know how far he is involved with the writing and the directing, but if I were to guess, I'd say very much so.
Yeah.
So that's how well it's done.
Right. One of the things about Netflix that I don't think people realize is how much harder it is to make a series on Netflix because, all right, so I'm trying to think of, The Walking Dead. That's an hour-long TV show, correct?
What are you looking for? There's no Walking Dead poster.
Well, The Walking Dead was here at one point. Yeah. So The Walking Dead, that's an hour-long. That's an hour-long series, though, right?
Yeah.
Once a week. They only have to write in about 35 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
On Netflix, they're writing hour-long episodes, and they're filming them back to back to back to back, and getting out whole seasons. It's a whole different ballgame than a regular series. And like I said, you get that extra 20, 25 minutes. Because a lot of those Netflix episodes or Hulu episodes, they go 5 minutes over, and it doesn't matter because they're not on a time crunch. So I love those series, and the fact that you don't have to sit through commercials.
You got to remember, it's similar and it's different, yes. But honestly, I don't know, a lot of AMC filming The Walking Dead or Breaking Bad or something like that, those shows, they edit the shit out of those to make their time. So when they film, they write it and film it for about an hour, and then they cut about 10 minutes
that's
off.
True.
You know what I mean? True. Whereas you don't have to do as much editing in Netflix. And that's why I think a lot of shows in Netflix kind of lose me halfway through the season. And that's a good topic to talk about too. How about binge watching shows? It's the new way to intake content. And
just it's but
you're consuming way too much of it. I consume 3 seasons at a time. I mean, it's crazy. Right. I just consumed an entire season of Altered Carbon. Dude, I'm not gonna remember that shit by the time the second season comes out next year. I barely remember it now. I don't even remember the main guy's name. You know what I mean? I just watched 12, 13 episodes, an hour long each. You know, that's 13 hours of my life I just devoted to the show. I could barely remember it. You know, you can't consume content like that. The brain is not meant to take it in that way.
That's true.
You know?
And then, you know, the other thing about the Netflix series, though, that makes it maybe a little bit, it makes it easier, but it makes it harder at the same time, is the fact that you don't have that many cliffhangers on Netflix because people can just flip to the next episode.
Yeah.
You know, we see a show tonight and, you know, John is falling off of a cliff and then they end the show and say, you know, tune in next week, see what happens. You want to get back there and see what happens to John. Netflix, you just flip to the next.
What happened to John?
Yeah, Netflix, you just jump on to the next.
But
episode.
I love that they still try to do cliffhangers anyway.
A little bit.
Like you're not gonna hit the button. Right. Oh shit, fucking, let's go.
Yeah, I mean they do that some, but not quite as much as on regular TV.
Yeah, it's gotta wait a year for them.
Then you get the big cliffhanger, exactly, like in Ozark. I'm surprised though that you kind of like fell out of that show. I know that the final episode was kind of long. And then they had the one retro episode. But besides that, I thought it was pretty solid. And they actually have a new member on the cast. I can't remember her name, but she's a award-winning actress. She's coming in as like a new FBI agent. New season comes in July.
The acting wasn't the issue there. Bateman is great. I believe that the wife was Laura Linney played her.
Okay.
I think so. But don't quote me on that. The kids obviously are not very famous on it, but everybody did a great job acting on that show. It's just, you know, it was trying to be Breaking Bad with these long pauses for dramatic effect, but it was like, it was unnecessary. I mean, I swear to God, if you let me go, I do a lot of editing and producing for our show. You let me go over that show with a fine-tooth comb, I'll knock it out that whole season in 6 episodes, and you'll get the same story. I guarantee.
Or we'll just get 10, 30-minute episodes.
Maybe, dude. I don't know. You can knock off the last 25 minutes of the finale alone. Just hack it right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Well, until that last scene, right?
No, what last scene? The last scene was them zooming out of the fucking trees.
Yeah. Nah, you know.
And then him hugging the family.
The girl left with the money. The owner of the Blue Dolphin or whatever it's called. And
it took 8 seconds. You could have cut that in.
And they killed the Mexican guy.
Yeah, but that happened 20 minutes before the show ended. You end the show there. Everything else was not meaningless. I don't know. You know me, I'm very critical of the TV shows.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why don't you calm down a little bit, man?
I don't like it, man. I'm big on storytelling.
Ambrose liked it.
Listen, dude, I am so big on storytelling. I really am. You know me, man. Why do you think I'm so critical of wrestling? Wrestling's basically a TV show. Right. I mean, it's physical attributes and all that, so the matches are what really hook you in, but it's all about storyline for the most part. I mean, if you can't hook me in with a storyline, what do I care why you're fighting for?
That's true.
You can't hook me in with a storyline on a TV show. What am I going to watch for? I mean, it doesn't matter. They have my $8 a month, so what the fuck do they care, right?
Right. I mean, that's true. But definitely worth it. Definitely worth $8 a month. I'm trying to think if there's anything I've seen lately.
I watched Moana.
Moana?
Yeah,
nice.
It was good. I was over your house. I don't know if you were there, but I told you I watched it, and then Izzy, your daughter, was like, "Oh, did you like it?" I was like, "No." she was very upset that I didn't like it. She was like, "What about this song?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, I heard the song. It was bad." She was trying to like re-sing the songs to me. I was like, "You're not gonna sway me." I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it.
I like The Rock's part in it. It was funny.
Oh, The Rock is
cute,
good.
You know, cute movie.
That was a cute kids movie. So I'm gonna be I'm getting so critical, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting just negative in my old age. But again, with the kids' movies too, you can't treat them like idiots. I mean, there's no storytelling involved. I mean, the girl wants to go to the ocean and save the island. They go and they fight the main bad guy. You know, the whole conflict. The main antagonist. We find the lava monster, and then she's like, you know, holds up the stone like, "Hey, let's be nice. Don't be evil anymore." And he's like, "Oh shit. I didn't think about that. Let me just not be evil and turn back into the island."
Yeah.
What is that, man?
Like, I don't think anybody else has used the word shit in a review of
I'm just saying. I know, but you know, like.
I know what you're saying.
Dude, back in the day, I was a kid too, man. I liked Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin.
I liked Lion King. The Little Mermaid. I mean, I saw all those movies, and man, remember the Little Mermaid at the end with, what was it, Ursula turned into a giant monster? Like, how crazy was that scene? As a kid, like everything was going wrong. Nothing went right. Nothing went right for them, and it was like it all came down to the wire. And they've, good prevails always in those movies. But I mean, there's so many things to overcome instead of just saying, "Hey, wait a minute, be nice. I got the rock." Kids aren't stupid. Don't spoon feed them this. Don't just give me 7 catchy tunes that have one chorus in them and then some cool looking animation. I need a story. Right. I need conflict. I need character development.
Pocahontas.
Something, man. I don't know.
And Lilo and Stitch.
I don't know. Yeah. So it. Well, I think it was very important that there's a Disney princess that represents the Samoan dynasty. Don't get me wrong. I love that we're going to diversify the Disney princesses. Huge supporter. But I think a little more thought should have been put into the story.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I think stories need to be very. I think people say don't be overly complex. Just get simple, get straight to it. But I think you need some complexity in these stories, and that's what really hooks in the viewers.
Right, that makes sense. Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's change gears here a minute.
Yeah, let's change gears.
The viewers need to know why you got scared last night. They need to know. I've never seen you in fear before. You were in fear last night.
So you want me? So I confided in you about a fear that I have. I confided in my friend saying, "Oh, listen, I have this inner fear, and it's hard to explain." And now you want me to just throw it out there.
It was amazing. I've never seen fear in your eyes before.
Listen. This is a shoot. We did not discuss this before the episode. This is an absolute shoot. This guy wants me to admit a fear that I had take over my body last night. Embarrass me in front of the world. That's what he's trying to do.
It was amazing. I'm curious. Let's hear it.
Dude, other people have this fear. It's not just, all right, listen, we went to a fucking restaurant. We went to a restaurant. It was myself, Will, and his wonderful family, his wife and his 2 kids. And we had a great time. It was a good day. We spent some time in the car. The kids were running around crazy. We went to a bookstore. It was nice. A nice day. We got to the restaurant, and this guy, what was the restaurant called? Outback Jack's? Hillbilly Jack's? Kickback Jack's, whatever.
Great
Shout
place.
out to Kickback Jack's. The food was delicious. But they had these mascots come in, like these full body suits, and it was Super Mario, and it was Pikachu.
It was awesome.
Full-grown adults, like you would see in Disney World. And it freaked me out. Dude, it was weird. Like, they just you weren't expecting. Like, I knew they were going to be there because you told me.
Right.
But, you didn't really tell me.
What did you expect? Did you think they were just going to be guys dressed up as them? You didn't know they were going to have the big heads and everything, or what?
I don't know what I expected. I don't know. I don't really listen to you when you talk. You just kind of say. You kind of say things, and you're like, blah blah blah. We're going here at this time. I say, all right, let's go. You know? Right. So we show up, and the kids are freaking out. Oh my god, your kids loved it. We'll post some of these pictures to them because we did get Mario to put you in a headlock. That was awesome.
It wasn't nice.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't appreciate it.
He nuggeted you.
He said I looked like King Koopa, and he put me in a headlock. It was ridiculous.
Anyway, I don't like mascots. I don't like the people in the full body suits. It's not scared. I don't want to run in a corner and cry. I stood in front of them. I took pictures. But he's like, go up to him, give him a hug, take a picture. I'm not giving the fucking guy a hug. It's a sweaty guy underneath the mask.
That was the real Mario.
Shit, asshole.
And Pikachu.
Dude, it's a shock to the system when you spend your life thinking. When I think about Pikachu, and the thing is about this big. This big, dude. It's smaller than my dog. And that's, he spent his whole life thinking that's how big a Pikachu is. And Mario is always this small because I can never hold on to a mushroom.
Here they come.
There they come. They're coming for us. But, and then you see them, and they're 6 feet tall. It's a shock to the system. It is. We're going to post the pictures later on for you guys to see.
It was a great spectacle.
I know. I got scared. So thank you for calling me out.
No problem.
In front of the world.
We got to have fun with it. We also made a trip to Edward McKay. Awesome shop. If you're in the Greensboro area, go to Edward McKay. They have books, DVDs, action figures, everything that you could even think of used, so the prices are decent.
What I want to know is, when we were there, you bought your kids each a toy, but you did not buy me a toy.
That is true.
And there were a few toys I was interested in.
There's no excuse for it.
There's no excuse. You could have got me the Undertaker action figure.
Should have got you the Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, Pop Funko. I would have preferred the Bailey. Honestly, I want a Bailey. I want a little Bailey action.
Did they have a Bailey there?
They had the Bailey. She was expensive though. She must have been like a collectible.
Right.
Like $20 for a Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know why they got a toy and I didn't.
Yeah, I mean that. You're right. Next time, buddy. So let me just tell you about this situation that happened to me. True story.
Okay.
I'm in the bathroom yesterday. Public place. I don't really want to say where. Had to do number 2.
Kickback Jacks or the bookstore.
Had to do number 2.
Really
sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet doing number 2.
Come on.
And here,
the viewers don't want to
hey, you know, I'm not getting too. So a guy in the next stall, he says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, kind of busy. And he's like, "You want to come over?" And I'm like, kind of busy over here, buddy. You know, this is a one-man operation. And he goes, "Listen, I'm going to have to call you back. This idiot in the next stall thinks I'm talking to him." No, that didn't really happen. But
that didn't happen.
You're right. It didn't. But I'll tell you what really did happen.
No, stop it. That was a good. What did you just tell a joke?
What joke? No, that happened. So no, what really? All right, I'll tell you the real story.
Stop it. No, we're gonna tell jokes on the podcast.
I'll tell you the real story.
We're gonna fucking do jokes. That's the show.
I'll be serious.
That's the show.
I'm gonna be serious.
We're gonna do.
I'm be serious.
Do jokes.
No jokes. No jokes. This is a true story now.
This is a fucking joke.
This is a true story. Kickback Jacks last night.
This better be a shoot, bro.
Kickback Jacks last night. I wasn't doing number 2. I was doing number 1. And
you didn't go to the bathroom at Kickback Jacks.
Did.
I was there the whole time.
I snuck over there.
Never left.
So I hear this guy say, "Hey."
No,
look around.
No. No one spoke to you in a public bathroom.
Yes, they did.
Enough.
Okay, so this guy says, "Hey," and I'm looking around and I don't see anybody. He says, "Hey," down here, and I look over and it's a midget. A little person.
I'm done. No, because I would have noticed the fucking.
No, he was there. He was there. You just didn't see him.
First of all, it's little people. Can we please?
Okay, he was a little person.
Can we please?
He told me he was a card-carrying member of the Little People of America. So anyway, he goes, "Hey," and I said, "Hey," and I see him looking at my manhood, and I'm like, "Can I help you?"
Oh my god!
And he says, "Man, those are some nice balls," and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you know,
oh my god,
it's not that kind of party."
Oh my god, this didn't happen.
It happened.
No,
and he goes, "Can I touch them?" And I'm like, "Touch them? What are you talking about, man?" I look around, there's nobody around. I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So he goes over to the corner and he gets a step ladder. He climbs the step ladder and touches my balls. And he squeezes them as hard as possible. And I go, "Hey, what are you doing?" He goes, "Give me your wallet or I'm jumping off the ladder." I was like, "You got to be kidding me." So I gave him my wallet, of course.
Stop. I'm leaving. I'm going to leave this fucking
Why
show.
are you leaving?
I'm going to leave this. I'm going to move this mic because we're yelling. But listen to me.
Why are you leaving?
Stop. What is going on?
That actually happened.
Finish this. This is the end of the
That's
story.
It's over.
So you
he
gave
took
him
my wallet.
You gave him your wallet.
Yeah, and he ran away.
How did you pay the bill?
My wife.
Your wife.
Yeah, my wife.
We went to the fucking bakery after dinner, and you again bought baked goods. I saw you.
I don't know. I don't know. I had an extra wallet with me or something. But that did actually.
This is very funny.
That really didn't happen. But what really did happen is we got to meet Super Mario, and it was awesome. There are pictures of me and him hanging out, and then all of a sudden he attacked me. I think he ate some mushrooms and started hallucinating and thought that I was a bad guy for a minute. But speaking of something that did happen in Greensboro recently, so
hold on. Enough. Are you gonna do a made-up story?
No. This is legit.
This is legit.
This is legit.
This is
this past Saturday.
This is fucking work.
No. This past Saturday.
This is gonna be a work.
It's crazy because my friend, he posted on Facebook that he was at the Four Seasons Mall, which used to be a pretty nice mall.
I've been there actually because I haven't been to a lot of places in the South. I've been there. It's nice.
It's pretty sketchy now, but back in the day, it was a very nice mall.
Really? I've only just been there a couple weeks. I didn't think it was that sketchy.
It's pretty sketchy.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
So I was in danger the whole time?
Definitely.
No way. That mall is huge.
Yeah, okay. It's very sketchy. So my friend had posted a post about being at Four Seasons Mall, and he told me there were gunshots and they evacuated the mall.
Get the fuck out.
And I was like, yeah. So I saw an article about it now yesterday. There actually wasn't a shooting. Some people got into a fight, and one person talking about shooting the other, and it got blown out of proportion. And by the time it got back to my friend, there was a shooting at the mall, and they had to evacuate the whole mall. They the girl who made the threat actually got hit with like a bunch of charges because she had said she was going to shoot somebody, and they had to evacuate the whole mall. Ridiculous.
Still waiting for the punchline.
No, that's legit.
Oh, this is a legit
shit, that really did happen. But so the Four Seasons Mall, when they first built it, man, that thing was like the mall to go to in North Carolina. But there's
still is. I feel like. I mean, dude, when I was Christmas shopping, I googled where do I gotta go to Christmas shop. That's the only thing that kept popping up on the Google.
Crabtree Valley Mall is way better.
That didn't once come up on the Google.
Yeah. Crabtree Valley Mall.
You're telling me you're calling Google a liar here, right now.
I'm trying to think the other mall, not Four Seasons. The other one in Raleigh is really nice too. But yeah, Four Seasons, like I said, back in the day, it was awesome. It was beautiful. And then there was another mall in High Point that was great that closed. And but Four Seasons is really sketchy. Do you know the rapper The Game?
Yes.
He actually got arrested at Four Seasons Mall.
No shit.
On his own documentary. I have the documentary at the house. I bought it just because they had it filmed there. He got in trouble because he put on the Scream mask and was walking through the mall and freaking people out, and they arrested him for it. He was performing at A&T in Winston-Salem, and they did that. So of course I had to buy the DVD. I mean, we live right down the road, and I've been there so many times.
No, well, how could you not? I mean,
but yeah, that was pretty wild, that story about the mall this weekend and the girl just saying she's going to shoot somebody, and then all of a sudden it gets back to everybody.
Yeah, I mean that's how it works in life.
It's like the telephone game.
Yeah, telephone game. I mean, you go on a date with a girl and you hold her hand, and then you go tell your buddies, you ran all the way to home. I mean, it's how people are. It always exaggerates, even at work, man. I'll hear one thing one day, and then 2 days later, I'm hearing something even crazier happen.
Definitely.
It's fucking life. Everything's high school nowadays.
That's true. So I really am done telling jokes, but I'm going to tell you a story you just reminded me of.
You just got done with a story.
No, this is true, though. My buddy Joe, back in the day,
it's got to be a good story.
Back in the day, I had a good friend named Joe who was single. I had a girlfriend at the time. And
oh, shit. You better close your ears.
Yeah. No, she's not important in this story. But so Joe was like all into the dating scene online. And he found this girl on the line.
Yeah.
So she was a dime piece. I can't remember which one it was, Yahoo or something like that. And she was
the oldest thing I've ever heard anyone say dime piece. It didn't sound like it was slang coming from you at all. She was a dime piece.
She was. But so he shows me her picture. He's like, she wants to meet, and he shows me this picture, and she's like in a bikini, I think, on a Mustang.
Okay.
And I was like, you need to go ahead and meet her. Joe wasn't that good looking of a guy, and whatever.
Apologies to Joe.
You
ugly son of a bitch.
Pretty ugly. Anyway,
fugly mother. Sorry.
So yeah, I don't want to say her name.
I'm cursing.
And I won't even say Joe's last name because
call him out. I want to know the names now.
The girl's name was Ruth. Actually,
Ruth.
I think. So I'm like, yeah, man.
Wait, who? The girl on the Mustang is Ruth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't say the ex's name. So
call her out.
No, I can't.
So I'll find out.
So we're over here, and all right. So I'm like, Joe, ask her out. Let's go do something together. If you're like worried about beating or whatever. And he's like, all right, man. Let's go on a double date to the movies. So we go on a double date to the movies, and she meets us there, and she walks up, and I'm like, look, it's the girl from the picture. She's good looking, and then she smiles. And I'm not kidding when I tell you she looked like she'd been chewing on rocks. Her teeth were black. You couldn't see that from the picture. And it was like ridiculous. So she goes to the restroom before the movie starts. This is the truth. This is the true story. She goes to the movie.
Serious?
Yes. She goes to the bathroom.
So she had a fucking messed up mouth. She didn't even post a picture of it?
No, she was just smiling in the picture. But
that's fucked up.
So
that's fucked up.
So she goes to the bathroom. I'm like, Joe, let's go. We hadn't even discussed anything. I'm like, let's go. Because I could tell like he was thinking the same thing. We start to leave and my ex like freaks out. We are not leaving that girl here, blah, blah, blah. Of course not. So we ended up having to stay for the movie. It didn't work out with Joe and the Rocks girl, but it didn't
work out with fuck mouth.
It definitely looked like she'd been chewing on gravel. So
the body.
Yeah, no, she was a good looking girl.
diabetes.
Yeah, very good looking girl.
I mean,
she looked like
I could deal with a fucked up mouth.
No, man.
She looked like
It looked like she had like pieces of teeth kind of floating around in her mouth and black.
You could fix that. I mean, yeah, what, she smoked meth or something?
Probably.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't have a good body if she smoked meth, right?
It was so sad.
Listen, I got great dental insurance. I'll fix that mouth.
She would have to get all new mouth.
I'll fix it.
She would have to get dentures and everything.
It's not that expensive.
But yeah, that was kind of crazy. So I'm not even kidding now.
So her name is Ruth.
Her name was Ruth. Yes, because
was she dead?
No. The only reason I remember that, and this is the truth. I texted him the next day and I said, "What's up with you and Ruth the Tooth?" And he got a kick out of that. So we kind of, toothy, Ruthie, stuff like that. We kind of, have like the inside joke going on. But yeah, that was kind of crazy. One of those memories from back in my early 20s.
Listen, if she
tweens, late
I
teens.
could deal with a fucked up mouth.
You want me to find out if she's still around?
Find out if she's still around.
Let me see what I can do there. That was back in the days when we used to go to like the phone parties. You remember the phone parties? Did you know about the phone parties?
I don't know about the phone parties because I'm not 60.
It's true.
What the fuck?
The nightclubs.
I know. I didn't hang out in nightclubs in the 70s. Like,
no, it was in the 90s.
Right?
This was actually the early 2000s. They get like these like bubble machines.
What do you think? You're so old.
I know. I feel old. But yeah, they had these like phone parties where the whole club would just be full of foam. I don't know what the whole point of it was, but it was kind of cool, kind of weird.
So this is what you would do on a Friday night: phone party it up.
Phone party. The women loved it. They'd go in there in like a bikini top and some shorts.
They foamed up. Huh?
Yeah, foaming up. Definitely. That was like a big thing. We'll have to Google that, and I'll have to show you some pictures of the phone parties of the late 90s, early 2000s. I
want the good stuff though. I want the real phone parties. Maybe we should have a phone party in the studio.
We may have to.
We'll get the bubble bath stuff. We'll
get some Blue Dawn.
It'll be good.
Yep. So
I got Dawn right now. I have to think. Let's do this.
We should. So what else is going on with you?
What's going on with me, man? Nothing, man. Talk to me about you know what? I think it's time we talk to our fans of the podcast. Tell them a little bit about. First off, we gotta give them a hint about next week. I think.
Okay.
I know we talked before the show because we got a big interview coming up this week, and we're gonna release it next week. I think we gotta tell them. I mean, if you wanna just give them a hint, It's up to you. I'm gonna leave this in your hands. I'm gonna leave this in your hands, honestly.
Are we name dropping?
Listen, there is a big guest next week.
Big guest.
Huge. I mean, we haven't had this big a guest since the first episode.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think we've had a guest since the first episode.
But this is big.
This is a big dude. This is huge. I don't want to give too much away, but for anyone out there who's an MMA fan who watches this for Willie G's amazing MMA in-depth views, you guys are gonna lose your shit.
You're gonna love it, and the only hint I'm gonna give you is he is from AKA American Kickboxing Academy, and so
I don't even know what that is.
But
I know who it is. I know who it is. It doesn't matter. Fuck you. I already know who it is.
It's an amazing camp, and one of their top fighters will be with us on our next episode. So, boom, there it is. We will
tell you what. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna release who it is on Twitter.
I think you should.
I'm going to leak it on Twitter. Follow us at @fight_gods. I will be leaking the name of our guest. Big name here, people. And on top of that, Will, you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to ask Twitter to send us what questions they want us to ask him.
Okay.
And we may, if they're good questions, we're going to ask them.
Tweet it out right now.
I will tweet. Don't put the pressure on me. I'll do what I want. I'm tweeting it out right now. And so if you want, go follow us on Twitter. A lot of good stuff out there. We're always releasing new information. Keep fucking talking.
Oh, I'm going to. Well, we were going to talk about
your mouth while I do this.
What we're going to talk about is the, what we're going to be doing on this podcast. Because the 5th episode, we're still finding our way. But we will be doing more variety stuff. It's not always going to be about wrestling or MMA. We have some very, very different types of guests that are going to be on here. Some of them we're going to get right here in the studio. We've been talking to a few of them. And I think it'll be fun. I want to actually get some local actors maybe on the show. Some different types of people from our community. I want to take the show on the road. Maybe go to like some different events and stuff like that. I mean, there are no limits. We don't have a structure that we have to follow. And that's a big deal because we have no parameters. The sky is the limit. And, so we have unlimited variety that we can throw in here. One thing that I did want to discuss, like our movies, we're going to have my buddy Kenneth Hutton, the movie critic from Minnesota, on here more often. Great guy. He's got that movie pass thing where he can go to a movie every day, and I think he does go to a movie every day. So that's pretty cool. Lately, we have been on Podbean. Where else can they check us out?
We're always on
Twitter,
Podbean every week.
Facebook.
Every week, check us out on the Podbean app for the audio versions of the podcast. Like our page on Facebook, the Fight Guys Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at @fight_gods. You can email us, fightgodspod@gmail.com. We also have a YouTube channel. It's Fight Gods Podcast as well. You can follow us almost anywhere. We have an Instagram, Fight Gods Podcast as well. Posted some pictures on there. A lot of really cool stuff. Tell them about the different shows that we want to put out there, man. Because we Monday is our flagship show. This is the Fight Gods Pod. This is variety, baby. We can take it on the road. We can do it here. We can bring on whatever guests we want. Now, obviously, most of you guys know I have my own show on here. It's called the Raw SmackDown Hangover, or the WWE Hangover. It comes out every Wednesday. I discuss Raw. I discuss SmackDown. I discuss upcoming pay-per-views. NXT maybe sometimes. I haven't discussed NXT yet,
ECW?
I haven't discussed that either. You're just making promises.
Really?
You know ECW is not around anymore, right?
XPW?
That's not even a thing.
It was in Philly.
Not
after.
It can't be.
Well,
anymore.
They were in California after ECW was done, and then they moved to Philly, and then they kind of went out of business. But it was pretty awesome.
Oh, thank God!
It really was.
Thank God you told us about that. That was really permanent.
No, that was a good thing. Do you remember wrestling?
I'm waiting for him to let me finish. That's what I'm waiting for.
Do you remember Wrestling Society X?
No, I don't remember Wrestling Society.
I gotta let you borrow the DVD. It's awesome. But go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, I can continue now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Guys, listen, check out The Hangover. Comes out every Wednesday. We discuss Raw. We discuss SmackDown. Hopefully, we can involve some 205, some NXT down the road. We're going to discuss this week. We're going to review the Elimination Chamber. Just happened on Sunday. My boy Roman Reigns took it home. He's going to WrestleMania to fight Brock Lesnar. Fuck you. This guy wanted John Cena. Fuck him. Listen, stop it. Enough. We'll talk about. But listen, maybe sometime Will is going to join me on the Hangover show. You never know. This guy's busy. He's out there. He's signing deals. He's cashing checks, so he doesn't join me. But maybe one day soon. And hopefully, I'm going to have other people joining me as well. I want to have more special guests. I'm going to have some of my friends who are also involved in the wrestling world come on and talk. We're going to have some wrestlers come on and talk with us. I believe next week we're going to have a promoter come on and discuss some upcoming local shows. So it's a really, really interesting show. I'm really, really smart. I'm like a genius, and I have some really good views on wrestling. So join in and listen for the most genius, entertaining, comedic, and informative views on wrestling ever from me, Nick Lee. And also, Will, you want to talk a little bit about your upcoming show?
Well, it's a lot of fun. So when are we going to release the interview that we're getting ready to do? Are we going to release that on Saturday before the UFC pay-per-view? Or are we going to release it next Monday?
I don't know. Maybe this is I don't know.
Saturday?
Let's talk about it in the production.
Special edition? Saturday special edition.
Let's talk about it. Can we talk about it in the production meeting?
We don't have secrets. They are with us.
Well, we could put it on the MMA show.
That's true. Well, listen.
And let's also tell them about the MMA show.
The MMA show, results, all that kind of stuff. We are looking for some sponsors as well. If you have a business, any kind of online presence, we can help you. Let us know. We are cheaper than the other guys. We'll do anything you need.
We cost money.
We're cheaper than the other guys. We'll do anything you need. Yeah, we do cost money. But
anything?
We can film, commercials. We have a commercial dog that's trained now. His name is Ambrose. He's a dog actor.
I didn't train him.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. We got the best dog people. We've got catering. We've got all that kind of stuff. Shout out to my boy Kevin Schroeder, fighter out of Greensboro or High Point area. He'll be on here pretty soon for one of the MMA shows. Friend of the pod, Kevin Schroeder. And but yeah, we want to talk about everything on here. So we will be doing the MMA themed shows. We will be doing the wrestling themed shows, but the Monday shows are going to be more of a variety. So tell your friends.
Flagship shows.
Oh yeah, tell your friends, tell your parents, everything. We're hugging old ladies, kissing babies. We're doing all that kind of stuff.
It's good stuff.
So
yeah, good stuff.
So you want to talk about this North Carolina hometown news or what?
Oh, we gotta go for local news. New segment on the show.
New
local
segment.
news. I'm gonna let my boy Willie G take it away on some local news.
Yeah.
Since I'm in New York, if anybody was interested.
Right. And I'm from Long Island, but I've lived here so long. I've lived half my life here, half on Long Island.
You might as well not even bring that up because listen to your voice. You're a fucking Southerner, bro.
Not a Southerner.
I've
got like the confused.
Listen to your voice. You got one of the most Southern accents I've ever heard in my life.
Sweet voice. I sound like Jesus and Fergie.
Listen, as angelic as it may be, you have a deep Southern drawl, my friend.
No Southern drawl.
Yeah,
it's not there. I think I talk normally. You talk Northern. Southern people talk Southern. I just don't have an accent anymore. So
you got
anyway. So check this out. In home sweet home, North Carolina, there was a murder caught on Facebook Live. This guy.
There's about to be another one on Five Guys Podcast. Tell another joke. It's better be a shoot.
No, this is for real. This guy named Prentice Robinson, 55 years old in North Carolina, was killed on Facebook Live after he outed some drug dealers on Facebook.
What?
This guy, he used to film his daily walk around his neighborhood.
Okay.
And sometimes he'd play the guitar, sing songs, whatever.
Okay.
Well, he outed a drug dealer, and apparently another guy. I don't want to say
he outed a drug dealer. What, he called the guy over his house to buy drugs and film?
No, he was filming the guy and said that guy's a drug dealer, pretty much.
Get the fuck out of here.
So the suspect, I don't want to say his name, but he was 65 years old. He apparently shot this guy. The Prentice was like, you're live on Facebook, and you just start hearing gunshots. The phone falls down, and so the suspect did turn himself into police. We'll see what happens with that. I don't really want to say the guy's name.
God. So the guy's dead.
The guy's dead. Yeah,
and
Prentice.
A 65-year-old killed him?
A 65-year-old killed a
65-year-old drug dealer?
Yes.
What are you doing slinging drugs at 65?
I don't know.
Where did it go so wrong?
Bad life decisions.
Oh
so
my
what
God.
do you think of Facebook Live when you hear stuff like this?
Dude, I can't even give you my... Dude, what?
Yeah.
The fuck? What
Rest in peace, Prentice.
No, dude, that's insane. You can't murder people like... He's 65 years old. Say, what? You killed him because he outed you as a drug dealer?
Yep.
Jesus, man. There's other ways.
There's been
holy shit,
other instances of Facebook Live filming something ridiculous.
Well, I read there was like an ISIS video was released on Facebook. I mean, listen, that comes with the territory. If you
a drunk girl getting raped by the basketball team or something like that.
I mean, listen, this is the most popular social media network in the world. I mean, we use it.
This is the age of social media.
Exactly, it's the age of social media. And not everything on it is going to be positive.
Right.
It's just a plain so. And listen, I'm sure you can get this shit on YouTube. You Facebook, YouTube, too. There's all kinds of bad shit going on in the world, and the downfall of filming everything is you're gonna get the bad with the good.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't. You almost say like, "Well, thank God it was filmed. Now this guy can be brought to justice." Well, fucking maybe he shouldn't have killed him in the first place.
Right.
But then you say, "What the fuck is this guy going around outing drug dealers for?"
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You go back and forth with this all day. I think that's just, you can't kill people, man. You can't murder people. I'm just going to go right out. I'm going to just come out and say this. Well, I'm against murder in all aspects. You can't murder people.
We are anti-murder.
God.
Pro-peace. We like the fights in wrestling, but we don't want people getting killed.
Yeah, man. We go deep into that, but man, that sucks.
Terrible, man.
Terrible.
So.
But a lot of views, though. You can't deny a lot of views.
Yeah, absolutely. So apparently, if you go to this guy's page, Prentice Robinson, it is now a legacy page.
Okay.
And you can watch his videos of him walking around the neighborhood and
thank God
talking about that kind of stuff. So
can't wait.
I'm curious. I mean, it's a public profile. I don't want to see him getting murdered, obviously, but I want to see the guy walking around the neighborhood singing and talking about drug dealers. I mean, I'm just curious. It's just one of those things that I want to see what's going on in the world.
Listen.
This is the age of social media, and everybody likes a good freak show, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So.
All right, well, what else we got? I mean, can we talk movies? I didn't see any of the movies yet. I meant to go see Black Panther. I'm a piece of shit. I haven't seen it yet. I was going to see it yesterday, but then somebody dragged me to go see fucking Mario and Pikachu.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What else? Anything else going on with your world? I mean,
I haven't seen any movies lately too much. I'm trying to think.
We got to get Kenny Hutton. We need to bring Kenneth back on here to talk to us about movies.
Kenny, where are you at, man?
We don't talk to him where he's at. Where are you at? This is you.
Come on, man. You had one job.
You're in charge of on-air talent. I don't understand.
We'll set it back up.
You're not doing a good job.
some decent fights this weekend. More excited for the co-main event than the main event. The main event is Yana versus Cyborg for the women's bantamweight title. Yana doesn't belong in there with her. Nick is expecting a big upset. Cool. I hope it happens. Co-main event, Frankie Edgar versus Brian Ortega. That should be the fight of the night. Should be fun. I think that Frankie Edgar will probably win, but, we'll see what happens. I'll give a little bit more predictions later on in the week, but, that's one thing to look forward to this upcoming weekend. And what was the movie that we were talking about going to see? The Hurricane movie?
Oh, Hurricane Heist?
Yeah, I think we should go check that out, man. I think it looks pretty good.
But there's definitely a few I want to see first before that one. That's not a movie you go to the theater to see.
Yeah, it is.
That's a movie you go pick up at the car wash, $2 bin.
Hurricanes on TV, the big screen. I bet you it's going to have some good action scenes.
I'm not paying $10 to go see it.
You're not going to pay $10. You're going to pay $20 to take me to go see it.
Dude, I'll go see Black Panther. Let's go see Black Panther.
Black Panther? I'll see that too. We can see a doubleheader.
Jeez, we barely got time to record a podcast.
That's
true. Listen to 2 movies.
That's true. We were actually discussing one of our favorite movies. It's funny because it's one of those movies that not a lot of people know about. But I said something to Nick about it the other day, and he was just like, "Oh my God, nobody ever knows that movie." When I mentioned it,
classic. Yeah.
So we just wanted to give a shout out to True Romance.
This is our Fight God's official old movie pick of the week.
Definitely.
True Romance, starring Christian Slater.
And I'm going to go
top notch.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and say this. And you might think I'm a little bit insane, but then I'll explain. I think that movie has the greatest cast ever assembled for a single movie. Bar none.
No, bar none. What are you kidding me? What?
No.
Name 5 actors.
Christian Slater, Christopher Walken, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, and then you got Samuel Jackson, you got Brad Pitt, Michael Rappaport, Patricia Arquette, and Christian Slater.
You said Christian Slater twice.
Okay. Oh, Tom Sizemore. That's 9 actors, and those are 9 top-notch actors. I'm trying to think of who else is in it. Oh,
Bronson. So you're going to tell me that cast is better than John Travolta, Samuel Jackson, Uma Thurman, Ving Rhames. Who am I forgetting here?
Tim.
Yeah, Roth. Tim Roth.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think this is a better cast.
Tell me, there's no better cast than Pulp Fiction.
Oh, this is a better cast. It's funny because they're both written by Quentin Tarantino, which is pretty awesome.
You're out of your mind.
No way.
True Romance was written by Quentin Tarantino?
Yes.
But it wasn't directed.
Right. No. See, this is
There's no way it was directed.
It wasn't. See, what happened was this.
I don't believe you. I'm checking.
Quentin Tarantino wrote True Romance, and he wrote, what was the other movie that he wrote? The Brad Pitt movie. It was True Romance and Natural Born Killers. They were originally the same story. They were just an extended version of the same story. And what happened was he had that movie and he had Reservoir Dogs written. He sold True Romance and Natural Born Killers as 2 separate movies to finance Reservoir Dogs. And which was a good, that was a good idea, obviously. But the bad part of it was apparently Oliver Stone refused to pay him for Natural Born Killers. But all 3 of those movies are excellent. And Quentin Tarantino is a genius. I'm still trying to think of who else is in.
You're just.
Who else is in True Romance?
The cast is nowhere near Pulp
Fiction. It is. It's amazing.
It's nowhere near as good.
Are you kidding me? Dennis Hopper?
Can't talk to you right now.
Dennis Hopper.
You're being unreasonable.
Christopher Walken.
You're being unreasonable.
Samuel Jackson, the greatest actor of all time. Brad Pitt.
Listen,
Gary Oldman.
If you keep going, I'm going to bury you. I'm gonna bury your movie knowledge if you keep going right now.
No way.
I am going to out you. I'm gonna out you to the fans about why they should not trust your movie knowledge if you don't stop.
Pulp Fiction.
All right, that's it. I need to out you. Yesterday,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Will
no problem.
Lee G said that this man is not funny. This man, if he could wipe someone from existence, an actor, he would wipe this man.
Oh,
he would wipe out Jim Carrey.
Out of the 4.
This man hates.
Fair.
No, not out of the 4. You said he wasn't funny.
No. I said
you said you
4,
didn't like his movies.
Right. Which 4 are the actors, though?
No, but not about that. It's not about that. It's about the fact you don't think.
Okay,
Jim
let's
Carrey's
go head
funny.
to head with the one character.
No. I don't
actor.
want about that. I just want to say you think Jim Carrey sucks.
I do pretty much think Jim Carrey sucks.
I don't.
And the argument was
there's no more
Jim
argument.
Carrey
there is
and
no
Adam
argument.
Sandler.
There is no argument. That's
so
all
you're
the
telling me
argument
that Jim
is.
Carrey's better than Adam Sandler?
Yes.
No.
Because he's fucking amazing. No. It's not about him being better than one person. You think he flat out sucks.
Pretty much.
That's
he had a couple good movies.
It's insane.
I like The Mask and I like Ace Ventura.
You can't say that now. Now you're backtracking. Now he's backtracking.
So you don't like any of Adam Sandler's movies?
Of course I do.
Okay, well you said that he was the one that would go.
As good as guys.
I still put Happy Gilmore above Ace Ventura.
It's fine.
And I put Billy Madison above The Mask.
It's fine. You can do that. You're wrong, but you can do that.
All day.
You're wrong, but you
all
can
day.
Do that.
But
you're wrong. Listen, enough. Jim Carrey. Listen, speaking of Jim Carrey, everybody should go check out a documentary on Netflix called Jim and Andy. It's the backstage story of Jim Carrey filming The Man on the Moon, and basically he method acted the part of Andy Kaufman, and it was incredible. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have heard the story about how he was method acting. He was basically full on Andy Kaufman for the whole filming of that movie.
Great movie.
I mean, the movie itself, yeah, very good. But this documentary, I think, is even better than the movie. Yeah. Honestly, bro. It shows like you know, you can even ask Jim Carrey about filming. He said it wasn't even acting. It was more like a possession.
Right.
He was Andy, and you know, you have the scene where he's talking to Andy's parents, and his parents are like, "Oh my God, they're you know," his dad was saying, "You look into his eyes. That's Andy's eyes," you know. And then Jim Carrey had a conversation with Andy Kaufman's lost daughter, because Andy Kaufman had a daughter who he gave up and never met.
Right.
But she knew that he was her father, and you know, he unfortunately passed. And you know, they don't show the conversation Jim Carrey Howard, but they show her showing up to the set, and then they, you know, have a conversation. Gary talks about it. I mean, if you think Jim Carrey sucks, watch this documentary, and then you're gonna come apologize to me.
I did like Man on the Moon. So that's a good movie.
It's just the documentary, just how he, you know, the kind of actor he is and the kind of dedication he has to his craft. Unbelievable.
And like I was telling you yesterday when we had this big, great debate of 2018, I actually liked his serious movies better than his comedy.
Yeah, I know.
movies.
I don't want to even talk about how you think the number 23 is the best Jim Carrey movie ever.
Well, second, because I do think Man on the Moon was better. Yeah. But that's only because I remember that from when I was a kid, all that stuff going on, as big of a wrestling fan as I was.
Not even going to pay attention to you anymore.
Oh, you're going to pay attention.
I'm going to start messing with the Twitter now.
Oh, messing with the Twitter, this guy over here. He's got Twitter fingers. Watch out, everybody.
I don't care.
All right, so I guess we're going to wrap it up for this week. We're right about the hour mark. If you have any questions, suggestions, you'd like to be on the podcast, shoot us a message. Let us know what's going on. We're social guys. We're up for any kind of weird, crazy ideas you have. Let us know. And definitely keep us in mind for any sponsorship opportunities. You want us to host some events? This guy's an amazing DJ. I mean, come on. I'll dress up as a mascot.
Apparently.
So.
Yeah, listen, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Glad to have you tune in. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @fight_gods. Email us fightgodspod@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook at Fight Gods Podcast. Check out the YouTube channel, Fight Gods Podcast. And pretty much everywhere. You got the Instagram at Fight Gods Podcast. Everything is Fight Gods Podcast, Fight Gods. You'll find us. We're everywhere. We're all over the place. Check out the Twitter. We're doing a lot of things every day on the Twitter. We're live tweeting shows. We're tweeting out contests. We're interviewing people, asking you what kind of questions you want to ask. Williams. We got Williams' joke of the day. It's fantastic. Speaking of, I didn't want to bring it up. That was adorable. Funny little video. We'll put out a video of his son telling the joke. And I thought it was very cool. We're going to probably start doing that a little more frequently. Maybe not every day because, come on, relax. Yeah. But it was good. It's good. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm Outie.
Thanks for a great month of February. We will see you guys in March. It was an awesome first month of the podcast. And thanks for your support. We'll see you guys soon.